Australia has a long-standing love affair with coal.
This is coal. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. It's coal.
Despite living on a continent drenched in sun and with vast expanses of space, wind, solar and other renewables provide only 20% of our electricity, while our ageing fleet of coal-fired power stations provide roughly 60%. Successive governments have told us that decommissioning coal-fired power would hurt the economy and cause a wave of unemployment. But is that actually true? Or can we develop new clean energy industries to replace coal and gas? For all its prominence in the national psyche, you could be forgiven for thinking that coal employed half the country, but the actual number is surprisingly small.
Around about 25,000 people are employed in mining thermal coal for electricity generation. If you compare this with the number of people employed in the renewable energy industry, both installing and operating renewable energy plants, that's about the same. As coal-fired power stations retire in competition with wind and solar, there will be more jobs created. This provides a great opportunity over the next few decades as we make this energy transition to create new jobs and new industries.
So if it's not jobs, what is actually stopping us from just getting on with it? The demise of the Renewable Energy Target, or RET, may provide some answers. The RET required about 23% of electricity to come from renewable sources by 2020. It was successful, and there was a rush of investment on wind and solar farms to meet it. But now, the government says it will not renew the RET, a move that could lead to the loss of up to 11,000 jobs in renewable energy, which seems crazy because there's a huge potential export industry in renewables, just waiting to employ thousands.
While the domestic energy transition is important, the really big opportunities lie in the export of renewable energy. Currently, Australia is a major exporter of energy and will be so into the future in a world in which fossil fuels will gradually be replaced by energy from renewables. Countries such as Japan, Korea, and Germany have already come to Australia asking for us to export renewable hydrogen for their domestic energy consumption. This will provide enormous opportunities for growth in the export economy, which will create hundreds of thousands of jobs if we simply transmit the same amount of energy to the rest of the world as we do now, except in the form of renewable energy.
But constant flip-flopping on clean energy policy has given investors cold feet. With the RET gone, investment in large-scale renewable projects has slumped to its lowest level since 2017, and suggestions that gas will be favoured over renewables in the economic recovery from COVID-19 have created further uncertainty.
The real speed bump in this energy transition process is government policy uncertainty, which has plagued renewable energy investment for more than a decade. What is needed is to align climate policy with energy policy in order to provide certainty that is needed for the investment industry in renewables. So we have the opportunity to start planning for the decades to come to transform not only our domestic economy in a way that we have to do anyway, but also to transform our export economy to provide jobs and economic growth for decades into the future.